Okay. So today we will learn about the importance of the value of the equilibrium constant, and these are our learning objectives. The first one, learning objective related to the importance of the value of the chemical equilibrium or the equilibrium constant, and the first one is the calculation of the equilibrium concentration from any initial concentrations, and that means the value of equilibrium constant if it is given and the initial concentration as given, you can calculate the value of the equilibrium concentrations. And this part we have already discussed in the class, so I am not repeating over here. These two are very, very important. The second one application is the importance of the equilibrium constant is you can judge the extent of the reaction. And the third one is you can also predict the direction of the chemical reaction based on the value of the equilibrium constant. So these three are the main objectives, learning objectives, which are based on the value of the chemical, which are based on the value of the equilibrium constant. So as I have said, this I have already explained, or we did a lot of calculations during the class to get the value of the equilibrium constant if the initial concentration and the value of the K is given. So I am moving towards the second application. And this is the judging the extent of the reaction. That means what would be the value of the chemical equilibrium constant, and if the value of the equilibrium constant is given, then based on that value you can judge the extent of the reaction. That means extent of the reaction mean either the reaction proceeds slowly, or it is near to the completion, or it is having a more value of the product or less value of the reactant. These are the actually you can judge the reaction, the type of the reaction, and this is very, very important during the chemical reaction while you are working in any of the industry, because in industrial application there are a lot of reactions, and you have to be judge the extent of the reaction so that you can control the chemical reaction based on some of the observation we are studying over here. So look at the first, this is a reaction formation of the water by the reaction of the hydrogen gas and the oxygen gas. And if I write the equilibrium constant is product divided by reactant to the power of the coefficients, which are given over here. So this is the expression for of the chemical equilibrium constant, and this is having the value of, look at the value, this is 2.4 exponent 47. That means this is much, much faster reaction. And previously you have learned that if the value of K is greater than 1, then it is the spontaneous reaction, and vice versa, it would be a non-spontaneous reaction. So look at this reaction. This is opposite to this one reaction. Now water is at the reactant side, and this is dissociated into the hydrogen and the oxygen, and this cannot be dissociated with the application without the application of the energy. That means you have to provide some of the energy to dissociate the bond between the water and to convert into the hydrogen gas and the oxygen gas. And again, this is the equilibrium constant expression for this reaction, and the value of this one is 4.1 exponent minus 48. So look at the value of this one. This is much, much less as compared to the value of 1. So that means this is also, the value is also indicating that this is the non-spontaneous. So actually at this point, I have just explained what you have already learned in the previous classes. Now moving to the what is the judging the extent of the reaction. That means what would be the value of the K, which can give you the indication that whether the reaction is proceeding towards the reactant side or towards the product side, or what actually the indication it is giving you to control the chemical reaction. Again, this value, you can put the equilibrium concentration over here, you can get the value, or alternately, I have already explained, this must be the reverse of the other value. That means if you are want to get the equilibrium constant of this reaction, this would be just 1 minus 1 over Kc. Kc is over here. When you put the value, you will get the same value which is given over here. So there is no need to recalculate by putting the equilibrium concentration. You just take the reverse of the Kc value which is given over here. So this chart, now here I have explained, this is the exponent 47, this is exponent minus 48. Now the question is, what would be the value of the chemical equilibrium constant, which give you the indication about the extent of the reaction. So again, I am starting over here. This is the Kc. Let's suppose this is the value is 1, and again, we have discussed before, the value may be less than 1, then it would be a non-spontaneous. And if the value is greater than 1, this side, the reaction would be spontaneous. And if it is greater than 1, that means reaction proceeding towards the product side. And if it is very, very large, that means the reaction proceed nearly to completion. That means mainly the products are present. At this is the case which is given over here. Look at the values, is exponent 47. That means main product over here is the water, and the reactant are negligible as compared to the product. So in a similar way, if you are moving towards the back side, this should be a non-spontaneous. And as far as you are from the value of the one that which give you the reaction proceeds hardly at all. That means if it is very small value, the reaction is not going towards the product side. And this is the case which is given over here. That means if it is too much less value, it is exactly at that point, then the reaction proceed hardly at all. That means moving towards the, it is not moving towards the product side. So now I'm giving you the limitations. So limitation, because how much would be the value for the towards the product side or towards the reactant side. Actually, this is the limitation which is established if the value is 1 to exponent minus 3, or if the value is 1 to exponent 3, or in between these 3 values. Now there are 3 limits. One is it is less than 3, or it is the value is, this is greater than 1 and this is less than 1, up to exponent minus 3 or up to exponent 3. This is one of the limit. And then if the value is in between these value, that means there should be a appreciable concentrations of both reactants and the products are present at the equilibrium. So again, I'm revising over here the limit is in between them, then both concentration of the reactant and products are present. And let's see the other slide. I have concluded over here. What would the first one, if the value of Kc is greater than 3. Greater than 3 mean, this is we are talking from here towards the up to the any value. So I am taking the as a limit of the equilibrium constant from exponent 3, that means 1000. to up to any of the value, and this is also included. Maybe this is at the end of this line, the arrow. And if the value is Kc is greater than exponent 3, that means products predominate over the reactant. And if Kc is very large, that means let's suppose exponent 40, exponent 30, then it is very large, then the reaction proceeds nearly to completion. That means only products are present as compared to the reactant. And this is the condition I have explained over here. That means I am talking at this point, starting with this. If it is over there, then that means this is proceeding towards the product side, and the product predominate as compared to the reactants. And if it is very large, then the reaction is nearly to the completion. So you have the value. If the values are given, that means now you can easily judge what would be the condition of the equilibrium constant. The second is if the Kc is less than exponent minus 3, and then it should be reversed to this one. And as I have explained over here, this is one of the case, and its limit is starting from here, exponent minus 3 to up to over here. And this exponent minus 48, maybe you can consider at this very, very small. So what would be the condition exponent minus 3 to exponent minus 48? And this is given over here. If it is less than exponent minus 3, the reactant predominates over the product. And this can only be less than 1 when the concentration of the reactants are more as compared to the concentration of the products. That's why the reactants predominate. And if it is very, very small, as exponent minus 48 in the previous slide I have shown you, then the reaction proceed hardly at all. That means there are only the reactants are present. The direction is not proceeding towards the product side. And the third limitation is in between, as I have explained over here. If the value is exponent minus 3 to exponent 3, then this condition prevails. And what is this condition? At this point, appreciable concentration of both reactants and the products are present. That means around not the same, but similar to the concentration of the reactants and the products, both reactant and the products are present. So these two examples I have given to you in the first slide. So I am just explaining this one more, so you would better learn about what would be the actually the meaning of this one. Let's consider as an example, this is the formation of hydrogen iodide from the hydrogen gas and iodine gas. This is the equilibrium constant expression of this one, and having the value of 57. So just imagine the 57 is where it is going to belong. This is in this range, 57, 5.7 exponent 1. That means this is in between this range. And if it is in this range, as I have explained, then both reactants and products are present. So I am going to give you the reason actually to explain with example. So if the equilibrium concentrations of H2 and I2 are both 0.01 and equilibrium constant is given over here, you can get the value of the HI as we have calculated in the class. So just put the value of this is square. You can take the under root of this one and put the value of equilibrium constant, and initial concentration of both are given over here, 0.01, 0.01. And the value of the HI is the 0.075. And this is also given over here. So you can calculate the value of the product, and the reactant concentration are given over here. The equilibrium concentration are given, and this is the concentration of the product. So as I have explained before, if the value is in between the exponent minus 3 to exponent 3, then appreciable amount or the concentration of both reactants and the products are present. And look at the value. This is 0.01 and this is 0.07. That means the both concentration of the reactant and the product are present at the equilibrium. So this is the justification of the third point, which I have written over here. And the first two I have explained in the previous slide with an examples where the values of the Kc were given. So these are the conclusion based on the value of the equilibrium constant. Now you must keep in mind, if the value of what would be the value of the Kc is greater than 3, less than exponent minus 3, and it is in between the range of this, then you can predict the and you can judge the extent of the chemical reaction based on these values.